Chemicals. Everybody knows I love chemicals. I love talking about chemicals. I like finding new ones. There are only a few different types of chemical families: acid, alkaline, neutral, solvent, and abrasive. Most of the chemicals will go into that category. So when you're having a look at a lot of these chemicals and you think, wow, how do I know what it is? Well, let's have Super Bowl for an example. Now I know Super Bowl is an acid. It's a washroom cleaner. Most bathrooms are. But when I look on this bottle, nowhere does it tell me that this is an acid. I do, however, have this exclamation point. So what you want to be careful of is guessing or assuming what chemicals do. Knowing what family the chemical falls into will help you apply it. So for example, anything that's an acid on this end of the pH scale or an alkaline on this end of the pH scale will cause damage. The safest place to be on the pH scale is neutral. Neutral cleaners are usually things like detergents, degreasers, some degreasers. Not all degreasers are actually a neutral. This degreaser, as an example, if I flick it around, is actually an alkaline. It's highly corrosive. So alkaline eats into stuff. Bleach is an alkaline. Degreaser is an alkaline. When you use something that's an alkaline or you use something that's an acid on the alternate ends of the spectrum, you actually need a neutral cleaner in the middle to neutralize the acid or the alkaline. Getting to know the families of the cleaning chemicals is actually really important. Acid, alkaline, abrasive. Let's talk about abrasive for a second. Abrasive is things like cream cleaner, cleanser, the pastes, the powders you put on that have a grit in them. There's hand washing soap that has plastic grit in them. And when you apply an abrasive, you can actually scratch and damage the surface. So you do need to be careful with that. And then solvents. So solvents are most commonly used in carpet cleaning. There'll be solvents, and the most common one's called grease release, where it's a solvent, you put it on a bit of grease, you dab it off and it strips it out. Again, almost all chemicals can cause damage to the surface and to the person. So you want to be really careful with cleaning chemicals like this. For example, the degreaser can eat into a surface so quickly. If I was to give you a couple of golden rules with chemicals, it would be this: never free pour a chemical. This chemical, for example, needs 10 mils to a spray bottle. That's like a medicine cup. So the number one rule as a cleaner, go buy a medicine cup. 90% of these cleaning chemicals should be diluted with a medicine cup, not a jug, not a glug. We all know the glug method. Tell me I'm wrong. So do not deviate from the dilutions. More is not more, less is more. The second rule is never mix chemicals together. It's an absolute dangerous practice. There's very few chemicals that can go safely together. If you have found a combination that works, always make sure that that chemical goes into the water rather than the two chemicals being mixed together. I know some people will put vinegar in with something else, for example, causing very little harm, but it is a mixture. So you need to be incredibly careful when you do that kind of thing. Always read the manufacturer's instructions and SDS before using it. If I've been a cleaner for 20 years and I've been using this incorrectly for 20 years, maybe I don't know how to measure chemicals, and I'm telling you, oh, it's good to go, I've been doing this for years, but you're an asthmatic and it makes you very sick, then you're actually responsible for your safety. They're responsible for the both of you, and it can cause so much issues. So just remember that it's actually your responsibility to become educated on the different kinds of chemicals for the job that you do. But that's the families of the chemicals. We've also got some posters in the resource section for you. If you have any more questions on the types of chemicals, please let us know.